All right, hello, everybody. Welcome back live at Drew's house, another edition. Hope everybody is doing all right. Gonna jump right into this here today. My first guest is a man who's he knows a lot about moving quickly because he's a big runner and a mover. Mike Wilson joins us. How are you, sir? Good to meet you. Good to have you on the show. Hope everything's all right.
Everything's awesome. Thanks for having me.
So I'm having you on here today because you are going to do, and yes, people, I'm not stuttering here. You're going to run across America. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so I'm doing this run across America. I actually fly out Sunday, and I'll start my run. I'll take a couple days to get everything all set up. I'll actually start Thursday, April 1st, and I'm doing this to raise money and awareness for childhood cancer. Lucy's Love Bus out of Amesbury and their sister charity, Max Love Project. They're based out of Los Angeles. And I'm doing this run. I do have sponsors for this, but I'm doing this run solo. No support van or anything like that. Just pushing all my things in a baby stroller. So,
wow. Tell me, are you a dad as well?
I am not, no.
Okay, you happen to have a baby stroller, right? That's very funny.
Just food baby, that's about it.
Actually, what did you say there? Sorry, I cut you off a little bit.
Oh, I'm pushing a food baby in there. That's the only baby I'm pushing in there.
Very good. So you're coming to us from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and you work at Planet Fitness, fittingly enough, because you're a in-shape guy, which is good.
Yeah. Dedicated my life to fitness and being an athlete and stuff. I got into distance running pretty late in life. Played football my whole life. Played semi-pro football right after high school, and that was kind of short-lived. So I still had that desire, that fire inside to do something physically, and distance running just. I hiked the Appalachian Trail a couple years ago. That's what sort of got me into like serious distance running. So it's been fun.
I mean, fun is an interesting word to choose, but okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
Well, I actually want to ask you a little bit more about the Appalachian Trail in a few, but let's talk a little bit about preparation for running across the country. I've known some people who have walked across the country. Running across the country is a little bit different. How are you going to plan this out? I assume half the battle here is planning and navigating and when to take breaks and where to sleep and all that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, totally. Basically, I just sort of, my runs will definitely be, I'm probably going to break them up between like 5 and 10 miles at a time. I'm sort of going to follow the same daily routine as I did on the Appalachian Trail. So I would be, out of camp by 7, and I would do like 20 miles by like noontime or 1 or something. And then I would be able to get into a town, catch up on calories for about 3 hours or so, put my feet up, and then I'll do like another 20 or so miles out, and it'll be like a 10 to 12 hour day of just nonstop moving and doing the same thing over and over for 80 days straight. So.
I love how you just throw it out there. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 miles here, and then maybe 10. That's fantastic. It's a whole different makeup you got there. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. Tell me a little bit about how you found this charity and what drew you to it, and why you're doing this.
So I've been impacted by cancer. Many times in my life, with my first being my grandfather. He passed away of colon cancer. He was a news reporter too, lived there his whole life and stuff. So definitely all my family's over there. And then my good friend, where I really heard about Lucy's Love Bus was my good friend, his mom passed away years after that. And I was really close to him, one of my really best friends growing up, and so he wanted to get involved in the cancer community and help out more. So he heard about the the butterfly release, one of their Lucy's Love Bus first festival. It was at Woodsum Farm in Amesbury, and he invited me to go with him. And then that's when I was sort of just, felt there's a lot of love and just great, really good vibes and really inspiring to be there. So I felt really compelled to like help out when I can, and running is my way of doing. I feel like what I can do to help out. So
I bet I would imagine here you're going to have a lot of I don't know. I know when I run, I kind of sometimes you're able to block things out, but it also does give you time to think about stuff. I bet you have a lot of those people on your mind when you're going to make this run at certain points, right?
Yeah, totally. And my grandmother she was just battling breast cancer a couple of years ago too. So that was, definitely. It's a great running is a great like meditative type of thing. So good time to reflect.
Yeah. Do you still? So when you do, like, you can't train for this, right? I mean, you don't train to run across the country. There's no playbook for that, I don't imagine.
Yeah, no, just sort of been trying to get my fitness level up as much as I can. I actually got rid of my vehicle about a year ago, so I've been doing a run commute to work every day.
And where's home?
That's over in Elliott, Maine. It's 5 miles each way, and like so I'll do anywhere from like 10 to 12 to 15 miles a day, pretty much, and along with some of my clients I can actually train with, so I get my strength training done in the middle of the day. So
okay, yeah, you're gonna need that, I think. So you're doing, what time do you have to get to work? You're doing a 10-12 mile run to work, and then you're doing more physical activity at work? My goodness, you're making me tired just thinking about it.
Yeah, my schedule's a little all over the place. Like I have super early mornings, or later in the evenings. I'm actually out at 8 tonight. So
Okay, beautiful. All right, so you can work around it there a little bit. Do you have any concerns? I mean, I know you have kind of a laid back demeanor. It doesn't strike me as something that you're worrying too much about all this. It seems like you're just going to start running and stop when you stop. But do you have any concerns about doing the cross country thing?
I sort of, there are a bit of concerns. Actually, on the Appalachian Trail, I got cut short. I wasn't able to complete it because I actually got attacked by a pit bull out there. You can't really see the scar too well, but so like after that experience, definitely more cautious, and I didn't have any like weapons or any bear spray on me during that time. So this time I'm going out with like bear spray in case there's any wild animals or something.
Was it another hiker on the trail? What?
Yeah, it was this guy. There was this dog. He was dog was on a leash, but it was just running free. The guy was a bit behind, and I saw so many dogs on the trail. They were all friendly, so it came running up to me, and my immediate my reaction was just like, oh, puppy, like whatever, and it actually snapped at my hand right here. So it left a scar on my hand, and then I tried to pull away. It like jumped up. I think it tried to like flatten me out and get at my neck or something. Luckily, I got my arm up, and this thing was like hanging off my arm. And then the owner came running over, tackled it off, and luckily someone was trained in wilderness first responder, and they were like, they did a tourniquet, and I still had to hike out 3 miles. It took about 3 hours to get to Roanoke, Virginia Hospital. So,
Mike, I was not expecting to stumble on that story as we went today. My goodness, that's incredibly close to not a good result.
Yeah, and I attempted to do that hike for Lucy's Love Bus as well. So I was just super bummed I didn't hit my fundraising goal, and so this is sort of my redemption run for Lucy's Love.
Well, that's well said. Well, I hope you're doing okay after the injuries. I know sometimes those things can take a while to heal up from, but man, I let me just stay on that for 1 second. So 3.5 hours more. I mean, thank goodness there was somebody there who knew what they were doing medically to patch you up, right?
Yeah, I lost a lot of blood, and like I had to lay down for a little bit. Just was feeling super out of it, and then I got some life back into me, and just the wilderness EMTs, or paramedics. They met me. Luckily, I actually lucked out because where I was on this trail, there was this like little forest road. So there was actually a shortcut to get like into a town. So yeah.
Yeah, because that's what people, and I won't dwell on this kind of horrible moment in your life, or I don't know how you see it, but people that don't know who do that. Like, I mean, there are just normal hikers that will kind of jump on and then cross paths with people that are doing the Appalachian Trail, the whole thing, right? That's how that kind of works.
Yeah. There are like section hikers and people that are trying to through hike, day hikers. Yeah.
So that pit bull could have been just a day hiker with an owner there, and that's just bad luck for you.
Yeah. Didn't get too much info, but
you had other priorities at the moment.
Yeah. I remember I immediately jumped up. I started hopping around. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Just in complete shock. So
there must be I'm sure you're ready for certain things along that hike. I'm sure pit bull was probably not high on your list. I mean, you talk bear spray and snakes and all that stuff maybe, but not pit bull.
Yeah, unbelievable. I actually saw multiple bears out there, and
did you really? There you are. You're good. You actually saw a lot of bears?
Yeah, I saw I saw 9 bears out there. Yeah. So the largest one I saw was in the Smoky Mountains. So, and I was like probably the closest to I was to a bear was at that moment. So pretty freaked out about that too.
They leave you alone, or?
Yeah. Surprisingly, it was very like, black bears they're known to be pretty like antisocial. So they're super like, they just want to, this thing just scurried off so fast in the woods. It was like knocking trees down, doing anything it could to like get away from me. So
you're an intimidating guy. I get it. There you go.
Yeah.
Do you know I've had a house in Maine? I've been going up ever since I can remember as a kid. I've never seen a bear, and I've never seen a moose. The moose part's really surprising. The bear is kind of surprising too.
Oh, no way. Yeah. I saw a moose at Mount Katahdin. It's actually the northern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. That's the only time I've ever seen one. So they're really neat. Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to the running, but I am kind of fascinated about the hiking thing too. I'm sorry to derail. It happens sometimes. What's the what are the best stories? Give me like the 2 quick best stories from the trail, like surprises, whatever.
Oh goodness, so many. So I guess I think one of the coolest experiences I had on the trail was I had the honor of staying at this guy Elmer. He was a professor for Duke. He was in the Peace Corps. He was like a leader or teacher out there or the other, and just super smart guy. And I was able to do a work for stay at his house. He had like this beautiful, like Southern Victorian style house with a wraparound porch, but my mail drop got sent to the wrong town, and I was like actually completely like empty on food. I made the mistake of doing like disposable debit cards, and I sent them through the mail. So like I didn't have any cash on me, like nothing in my bag. And he let me do a work for stay. He was a non-practicing Buddhist, so he like cut down, or he had me cut down like some bamboo in his yard, and I did some landscaping for him and stuff like that. But super cool, like amazing library. I stayed up super late just reading a bunch of books, and he had like tons of instruments in his house. Not that I can play, but and then actually more like multiple hikers stayed there that night too. So, and that was in Hot Springs, North Carolina. There was like natural hot springs and stuff. So we checked those out. Really cool. But I think just Also, I would say probably Pennsylvania. Unbelievable. Like the hiking community is just amazing. Um, this former thru hiker, she set up this massive like barbecue and just like anything you could think of. There was like food and cooler full of Gatorade and stuff like that at this trailhead, and we were all. I actually ended up finding like a trail family is what they call it. Just guys I hiked with for. We were sort of doing the same pace, so we stayed together for about 1,000 miles, and um, we were all wiped out. And they call it trail magic. She set up trail magic at the trailhead, and we were just our spirits were like super lifted, and just it really restores faith in humanity. Definitely, like things like that. So just loved, yeah, I love it. I miss it a lot.
What a cool experience. I've always been fascinated by people that could do that. But again, we're joined here by Michael Wilson. He's in Portsmouth right now talking to us. He's going to fly out to California and then run all the way back. One-way ticket flight. So that's, there you go. You're going to have to really surprise some people at the airport terminal and say, I'm running back. Don't worry.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Is there what's like the terrain that you're most worried about? Is it like is it the heat of the Midwest? I don't even know. I would have to look at a map myself, but what's I'm sure you've done it. What's the terrain or whatever that looks to be the biggest challenge for you personally?
Definitely like crossing between like California into Arizona. It not only does the elevation gets higher, but just the desert and stuff, like super worried about that. There's a USA Crossers page that I'm a part of, other people that are doing stuff like this. And actually someone just, Border Patrol just found someone dehydrated, and I was attempting to do a walk across America. I just found him dehydrated and passed out on the side of the road. So it's, yeah, definitely very, very, gonna be tough. Even in April won't even be the peak heat, but.
And you're an experienced runner, though. I mean, I'm sure you pretty much, do you know your limits at this point, or are you really going to be trying to, are you going to be extra cautious, or do you pretty much have a good feel for what your body can and cannot do?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely have a good feel for, what I can and can't do. I actually was living out in Tucson, Arizona a couple of years ago, and, did a lot of running. So I definitely got used to running in that heat. And
I don't know if you know the name. Do you know the name William Shuttleworth from Newburyport?
Oh, I heard about him. He walked across.
There you go. You got it. He's I think it was last year actually. He was he's a veteran, and he did the walk across America and was stopping and meeting and talking to people along the way. And one thing that always stuck out for me with the interviews that I had with him was he said, what one of the fascinating things is you see the Rocky Mountains, and you see them and you're like, wow, beautiful, stunning. And then it takes you another 4 days to walk there. I'm sure there's like some mirage issues that you're going to deal with too. I'm sure you're thinking about those.
That is such a good point. Yeah, totally.
There you go. There's a little hint for you. Don't get too excited until you get there.
Yeah, that's such a good, just living in the moment and taking it all in. Definitely.
Well, let's get for people who want to help you out. And I know you got lots of fun. Ooh, the dog wants to help you out, apparently. My goodness. Sometimes they make appearances. It happens on this show. That's life from home. Where can people find you? Where can people donate? How can they track you? Why don't you get all that information out there before we get out of here?
Yeah. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mike Runs Across America. And from there, you can find the fundraising page link in the bio, the profile. And that goes directly to Lucy's Love Bus. And then they're going to split it up with Max Love Project. Also, definitely massive shout out to my sponsors. Planet Fitness, Marge Bars out of Newburyport, True North Ales out of Ipswich, Wired by Ryan out of Byfield, Bianco Catering out of Peabody, in the juicery actually out of Newburyport and Portsmouth too. So yeah, they're sort of helping to spread the word too through posts and signs at their sites. So
A lot of local flavor there. That's fantastic. Good job by you. I know there'll be a lot of people pulling for you here. I always love Portsmouth, where you're working, by the way. I think my wife and I always say it's one of our favorite cities to hang out in.
yeah, it's super fun. It's such a friendly area. Everyone's really nice area, definitely.
What's your target date? Do you have like I mean, I know you got like a time frame, but is there like I don't know, do you like kind of jump ahead and say, you know what, I would love to arrive back home at this time or whatever? Do you get too specific, or you're not even thinking about that?
Yeah, it should be June 20th, and I'm hoping to. So the plan is I'm going to finish at the Newburyport Boardwalk, and then actually Planet Fitness is, they rented out parking lot space at the Portsmouth Planet Fitness, where they'll hold the celebration and stuff like that. So.
Oh man. Well, that'll be fun. Maybe I'll try to. I'll save that. I'll put that as a save the date. Maybe I'll try to get there for you and see you when you come in.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Totally.
Might be a good excuse to get out for a night and see you come on in. That'll be fantastic. I'll wish you all the best of luck one time, but you do have to give me 1 minute of rapid fire. We always end the show with meeting the man a little bit. You're gonna give me quick answers, first thing that comes to your head. All right?
All right. I'll give my best shot.
Favorite thing about running?
Pushing yourself. Seeing what you're truly capable of.
You take that to the extreme, my friend. Let me say. Favorite musician?
Ooh, Jim Croce, Bob Seger. Yeah, one of those guys.
Very nice. Favorite movie?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, yes. I was thinking about him earlier, actually, when you were saying that 5 miles, 10 miles, I don't know. That was very funny. What's your favorite class back in the day in school?
History, yeah. And I'm going to be taking a lot of Route 66 for this, so
okay.
Cool.
That makes a lot of sense. Very good. What is your favorite city in the country so far that you've seen?
Ooh, I would say, gotta love my home, Boston.
There you go. Who knows? Maybe you'll change your mind after running through the country. Who knows? And how do I want to phrase this one? What's your biggest fear? It cannot be pit bull for your run across the country.
I guess hopefully I can stay away from like 18-wheelers. Hopefully that, I don't hit by a car or something.
You got to run along the road, right? I mean, it's crazy. People don't even think about that. You got to be careful and cautious, man. We wish you all the best. What's your favorite animal? Is it the black bear?
Oh yeah, that's up there definitely. Although I got attacked by a dog, I still love dogs. That's one of my favorites too. So.
A good house to say it in. I got 2 of them, and one of them made an appearance here. So
that's awesome.
Mike Wilson, man, I know you're a busy man, and I appreciate the time. And we wish you all the best. We'll be watching your journey as you do this run across the country, man. It's remarkable, and you're doing it for a great cause, and all those people on your mind. And it's just a really cool thing, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Be safe on the road.
Will do.
All right, bud. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
All right, so there you go. Mike Wilson coming to us from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, about ready to run. It's a fascinating story. I mean, he's going to fly to California and then run all the way back. And it's just great. It was really cool to hear the stories about how cancer has really affected his life. So many people in his life, and he's lost family members to cancer. And I love stories like that, where people are going to put something that they love. He obviously loves running, and they're going to put something that they love, and they're going to, put it to another connection, which is people lost in a real great cause of raising money for cancer. Again, it is Mike Runs Across America. I'm looking right now. He's already got $7,000 raised as we talk right now. But he wants a whole lot more, and it is for a great cause, cancer. So if you can fighting cancer. If you can help out, do it. Again, the cause is Lucy's Love Bus and the Max Love Project, organizations that are helping support the overall well-being and emotional healing of children with cancer during a painful and terrible time. He adds a fun note too. If you want to go read about it, go do it because it's really cool. I've been doing it before this interview, kind of getting ready. And Mike runs across America. Again, it's Facebook, Instagram, all that. He says his goal is to raise, $10 per mile. So for the 3,500 miles that he'll be running across the country, please listen to that. 3,500 miles. It's going to need some extra pairs of shoes along the way. But yeah, so he's already got $7,000, which is a very small portion of his goal, and he's hoping to raise more as he goes. So support him if you can. Obviously, a very nice guy. We're all rooting for Mike Wilson to finish that up. And I hope you enjoyed the Appalachian Trail stories too, because I sure did. I've always been fascinated by that trip and the fact that he, was on that road, and then a pit bull. God, poor guy. What a horrible break, a pit bull attack, and definitely fearing for your life. Thank God he pulled through, and now here we go. Mike Wilson running across the country, and we're all rooting for him. Live at Drew's house, folks, another edition. Thank you, Mike. And that's it for the week. Man, kind of moving. We only have like a show left in March, right? What do we got? 2 more shows left. Maybe one or two. Where did March go? I don't know. Anyways, hope you're all doing okay out there. Turning the corner through COVID. Now into spring. Weather's getting a little warmer. Hang in there, all right, everybody? Live at Drew's house, another edition. Peace.